You know, up until this point, I didn't actually think I would ever see a film that reminded me of the 80s action movies that I have watched countlessly. And then I saw Den of Thieves. So let's talk about it. So Den of Thieves is about a particular police force led by Gerard Butler who are charged to take out, that's right, a den of thieves who are very, very special at stealing things. They're pretty much the 80s action version of Ocean's 11. And on that note, this film isn't just a callback to the 80s, it is a callback to heist movies in general, and man, let me tell you, I had a complete blast watching this. Is this movie cheesy and over the top? For sure. But let's get into the positives of this movie right now. For one thing, I have given Gerard Butler some crap. That is for sure. I hated Geostorm. I thought he was pathetic in it, but his goofiness, his over-the-top nature that he had in Geostorm, he brings it to here, and it works much better in here than it did there, and he's rocking that same awesome beard that he was before. And in amongst all the Arnold and Stallone levels of testosterone, I gotta say, the chemistry between all the actors in this film, it was great. Everybody looks like they're having a complete blast. Everybody is just giving in to the 80s vibe of this film. Whenever the action scenes are going down, some of the most unrealistic and unbelievably amazing things happen on screen. They're so awesome that I don't think I could fully put into words, even though how unrealistic it is, how amazing it was to see on screen. I really dug how they executed the heist in this movie too, because it was like a heist you would think of when you think of a heist movie, except done in a very 80s cheesy action movie sense. But don't get me wrong here, although I enjoyed what people brought to the table and I enjoyed a lot of the elements in this movie, is it good? No. This movie is complete guilty pleasure fodder, for sure. The dialogue mixed with a lot of the performances, they are not good. They're over the top in the best way possible. There was also this element with Gerard Butler's family in this movie, and to me, it just did not work. It felt forced, it felt, you know, not as fun as everything else, and it just felt as though if that section was taken out and tossed in the trash, it would not be any different. Now, if you're like me and you've always wondered what it would be like if somebody combined the 80s action films with a grade B heist movie, this movie is definitely for you. Although this movie has a lot of problems, it's kind of a wreck. I had a complete blast with it. The action was great. I love the chemistry between every single one of the actors. And what I'll say for this movie is, although I won't see it again, I highly recommend going to see it for some fun, and I'll say that Den of Thieves is a casual watch. But as always, it is what you say that matters. So, have you guys seen Den of Thieves yet, and what did you think of it? More importantly, what is your favorite guilty pleasure movie? I don't care what it is. This movie's definitely a guilty pleasure for me. What is your guilty pleasure? Whatever may be on your mind, leave that comment down below so we can get a conversation started. And if you've enjoyed what you have seen here, and you want to see more, click right there and subscribe and become part of the fray of nerds who love cinema. You all have a fantastic day.